Hey everyone, good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. Okay, you can quiet down, please. Good morning. Hi, Gloria. Oh, what's going on? Loretta, good morning. Leslie, Ardeen, Louise. Who else we got? Barbara. Nice to see you, Barbara. Oh, it's cold. Is it cold where you're at? It got cold here too. It's kind of weird. But yesterday, remember the dogs were barking and all of that, and they were going crazy? And I said that I heard like an engine and stuff like that. Well, it was the Santa parade. There's two schools. Actually, there's two schools right between my house. One to the right, one to the left. So they went to, one's the middle school and the other one is older elementary school. So they were, it was all the fire equipment, including the engines. That's what I heard. Oh, thankfully, I was like, oh, I hope there's nothing wrong with everything going on and blah, blah, blah. So that was the mystery. My friend Stacy helped me with that. I even got on the police scanner and I'm like, what's going on? Anyway, so this morning we're getting close to Christmas, a big day. And we're going to be doing it's a card, but I decided I was going to use it as a place card for my Christmas dinner. And here it is without the names on it, but I'm going to show you how I added the names to it as well. So, and then I put on the back Merry Christmas so they could take them with them and use them as a little decoration next to their bed or whatever, after the holiday. I know my mom likes to bring stuff like that into her work. I also played around with a little bit of inking. So I'm going to show you how to do that with these archival ink. Well, the blue version of the archival ink. And what else? What else is there to know about this project? Not much else. It's mostly a gluing project. There's very little to do. You do need to purchase if you want to make this, you do need to purchase this or a similar slice card. If you don't like the reindeer, you can go and do a search up here and just type in slice. And this is from myscrapchick.com. So you can go here and you can see they have a polar bear. There's a scarecrow. Well, that's more fall. They have a snowman, a polar bear, and a reindeer. They're all having a fight, I guess. I don't know. And there's a lot of these summertime ones. And so slice cards are fun. And I think that because they stand up and everything, I think they make great little treats on the table. Look at all these lovely musical instruments. So there's baby, there's Noah's Ark, Easter, here comes Easter, right? So yeah, so there's quite a few. If you don't want to do this for the idea, maybe at Easter time, you could do this one with the Easter bunny. So what we did, or what I did, I'm just gonna go back to my design space. I've already have the design space done here, so I'm just gonna cancel out. I was making, I don't want to know about the auto press. I already know about the auto press. Okay, so here is what I came up with. And I wanted to show you this. So what I found out about this file is that there is this back piece right here that is for putting a sentiment. So I put Merry Christmas there. And then there's this front piece, which I duplicated many times and I added text to. And I'm going to just show you how I did all of that right now. And then we'll put one of these together. I have to make 7 of them. I've already got two made and two to be made, so I still have to cut out. That's what you saw when I first got on here. So let's start off with a brand new slate canvas, and we're going to go to upload. I'm assuming that you've purchased and uploaded or downloaded the file. Okay, that's something that you can do. You just would go to the image, add it to your cart, and then you would check out, and then you would download from there. Okay, so there's that. And then when you have it downloaded, you're going to go to here, upload images, and you're going to hit browse, and you're going to look for your downloaded files, which generally are in the downloads file folder. So you can see here, this is my downloads file folder, and let me find the reindeer. So this is the reindeer slice card, and I have a number of different options. So when you have those options, the one you want to go for is the SVG. If you have that option, SVG is the best format for uploading into Design Space. So when you click on that, you see it says CG reindeer slice card .svg. That's exactly what we need. So we're going to hit open, and you'll see it comes in. It's rather big. So there you go. And I actually have it uploaded twice. If you do that, you just delete one of them, just like that. And then you can click on this and hit add to canvas. Once you add it to the canvas, there's actually nothing that you need to do here except if you want to add that text. But it comes in, it's a rather large group. So what I usually do is I ungroup it, and I just look and make sure that I have all the pieces. Now this is the piece that we're going to use for the names. And this is the piece that we're going to use to write a Merry Christmas or something on here. So these two pieces are what we're going to add text to. So let's start off with this piece. This is a back piece that's going to go on the back of your card, and you could add a message or whatever by just typing text over here and then typing whatever message. Merry Christmas, I don't know, and Happy New Year. Now, this is a, this file is too big, or the text is too big. Plus, it's in a cut file. So we want to change this to a writing file. So we're going to go right up here with this box selected, and we're going to choose right up here where it says font. Okay. So now I have identified a number of writing files, but if you haven't done that yet, and I've bookmarked them, you can do a search for writing files, and it will give you some writing files here, or you can do this sort of, let's see, Cricut. You can just go here, and if you see something that says writing, so this one is single layer and writing. Okay, now not all writing texts are going to look good, if that makes sense, because sometimes they'll bubble letter them. So I have identified a couple of ones that I like, including this one, which is Alyssa stencil script, or you can choose something else like this one here, Autumn Harvest, back here. The ones that are by BFC are a really nice selection. So I'm going to choose Birthday Cupcake. And even after choosing that, I'm going to have to probably switch. So this is going to work out good, but I need to switch the style to writing, which is right next to the font, okay? So if you switch to writing, and then I need to fit it onto the back of our little Christmas tree, and I think it's going to work if I do it right there. That looks really cool. I like that. So if I like what it is, I'm going to select the whole piece, and then I'm going to come down here to the right in the bottom where there is a paper clip. It says attach. So by attaching it, I have attached it to here. So when we go to cut this out, it will be on the back of that piece, or on the front of that piece, really. Now, I also decided that I was going to make one and put everyone's name on it. So what I did do was I duplicated, so this part's done. I duplicated this piece to be 7, because 7 is the number of people I'm having over. So I wanted to have one for everybody. So there's 4, 5, 6, and 7. I don't need this 8th one, but I'll keep it here just in case I think of somebody. Now I'm going to go to text, and remember, when you're redoing the text, it remembers your choice. So that's cool. So we'll just go ahead and start typing everybody's name. So I got Rita, Owen, Nana, Teresa, Andrew, and Andy, and Santo. All right, so I have all the names here, and we're just going to grab these just to bring them over here. Now, we need to separate these out. So we're going to go right up here to advanced, and we're going to ungroup to lines. So once we ungroup to lines, we should be able to take each individual name and fit it on the front of this. So that's what we're doing here. There we go. And we have one extra. So we have one extra that we can make for, I don't know, teddy bear or whatever. Or if somebody stopped by, nobody's stopping by, but if somebody were to stop by, then there we go. And then we're going to want to attach these all. So we're going to attach them like that. And then when we go to make this, you probably want to have the name parts be separate, because I need to make here 7, right? So I'm going to want to cut this in 2 separate sections. I'm going to cut this part and this part in 2 sections, right? So I'll group all of these, and then what I'll do is I just hide that, and then go ahead and change the number to whatever number I need. So I needed 3 more, so I changed the project copies to 3, and I hit apply. So you'll notice you will have to come back on here and do the other, all the other pieces to cut out. So that's how to take care of that. Let's get down to putting it together. So again, this is just as a reminder, this is what we're doing. It's a reindeer with snowball in his hand, and he has these little snowballs in the front. And then I didn't have it for this one, but you can imagine what it would say, the Merry Christmas for everyone. And it is a slice card. So a slice card basically means it's set up, it's like a honeycomb card, also called a honeycomb card, but it's set up to be stand up easily. And then it's also, it folds, so either you can pack it away or mail it without any extra or any special kind of mailing. It's really cute. I think anybody would like to receive this. And the thing I like most about the My Scrap Chick slice cards versus, I think it's Laurie Whitlock's slice cards, is that these won't fall apart when you're playing around with them, because there is a special technique that they do here in the front and in the back. But first, let's talk about inking. So inking is not something I generally like to do because I get kind of messy with my inking, but I figured I would show you how. Now remember, when you're going to put this on, so here this is my back piece, right? So I'm going to have to make sure that when I put together my front part, that it's going to be the correct version here. So here is the way that I have to make sure that this is going to be in the back, and I'm going to ink it there. And then this is lined up to the back, so that makes this the front of the card, okay? So we'll turn it both this way. We'll do it this way for that. Okay, so you don't have to do this part, just so you know. You don't have to do this part. If you're like me and you're like, I don't want to get the ink all over my fingers and I'm so bad at this, you could skip this part. But basically, this is it's really designed as a makeup brush, and I have a bunch of them. You can buy them on Amazon, or you can buy them at like scrapbook.com. And I obviously have more than 4, but I use different colors, because even if you go ahead and wash this off, which you don't have to, it's going to leave a stain because the bristles are light colored. So I decided I'm going to do a little bit of blue, and I have a couple of blues to choose from. This one is kind of a blue green, and then this one's called Garden Patina, and this is Forget Me Not. Now these are archival inks, which are from Reindeer. It's very confusing. I would, if anybody said that, I would totally agree. Reindeer has a bunch of different kinds of inks. These are basic stamp inks. They're called archival because that means that they won't fade, and that they're acid free. A lot of times when people are doing things for their like scrapbooks and stuff, they want acid free, because then 20-30 years from now you won't have destroyed the pictures that you have scrapbooked. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of this green, and then I'm going to do a little bit of this blue on there, and I'm just going to test it out on this piece of paper. I know it doesn't really show, well, it does show, but it's sort of on pink. We're doing white. So once we have this, we can just go ahead, and I always test it on the paper before I go ahead and start inking. And I'm just going to take, and in a round circular motion, sort of do inking around the edges. That's so that you're highlighting the white, and it looks sort of wintry and fun. And just be careful when you're doing it. You only need to do the edge there. And let's go ahead and do a couple more so you can see what I'm doing. So again, the blue and the green, test it first, and go ahead and use, that's what that paper's there for testing, and also for when we pick it up. So there you go. See, it shows the snowflakes. And you don't have to do this hard. You can do a little bit. And again, you don't have to do it at all. But in this particular case, I think that the person that made this file, Cindy G, I think she was right about it, because there's a lot of white in this particular file. Okay, so there is, I want to make sure I got I think this goes on here, and this goes on here. I actually think these are the better of all the inks, because you can get a whole lot more bang for your buck. And I actually have a couple of these. I have all of the colors, so I have a couple of these little cases. They're so much easier to find because you can see all the names there. So if you're in the market for buying these, I would actually recommend wait until it's on sale at Michael's, where it's like a buy one get one free, and you can buy their different series, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to like write down all the names to make sure you're getting, they don't duplicate in the series, but I get confused, like, did I buy this one or that one? Or you could go buy them directly from Ranger, although I would wait for a sale because I find their products are a little bit expensive. So here we go. Here's another example of what we're putting together, and here are all my pieces. I've already did the inking on most of my pieces, so let's go ahead and put this together. So let's do the reindeer first. So we're going to need this white background for the reindeer, and we also need this brown and this craft paper brown. And he has a lot of little details. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to use this glue. And this one's going to go on first. The white is there as to keep the thing that's standing up, the actual reindeer, nice and straight up. So I want to make sure. I got morning sun. I'm not going to apologize for the morning sun because when I do, it rains. So apologize that maybe it might give a little bit of a problem for seeing, but I'm not apologizing for the sun because we all could use the sun. And tomorrow is the winter solstice. So, which means, actually, is it the winter solstice? Yeah. Which means tomorrow is the actual darkest day of the whole year. And then I always think of it, because I'm very affected by the light, and I always think, okay, now it can't get any darker from this point on. It's just going to get lighter. So I like to think of it that way, and that helps me get through Christmas and the new year, because from that point on, every minute is going to, there's going to be a minute more or half a minute more. I don't know how it's worked out, but tomorrow is the darkest day of the whole year. So keep that in mind if you have trouble. Okay, now here we've got his little bib there. Let's get all of his other pieces. We've got an adorable two-piece scarf. And where's his face and such? So this is going to be his face. When I saw this, I thought, well, it looks like a cow, but that actually is going to be the eyes, so that you can see. That's going to be his eyes. And then we need a few other pieces. This is part of his mouth. And then he's got a tuft of hair that goes on here. And then he has ears, little ears. That could be pink, I suppose. And is there anything else that I need to remember? I don't think so. So let's start putting together these little pieces. It's really just a glue thing. So from this point on, it's mostly gluing, which is something I like to do. So I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and put this. All right. I think here. It really comes together when you put the mouth on, because it's hard to envision it without the mouth and the nose, patch nose. Okay, and then here's the nose. If you have trouble with these little baby pieces, you can use something like this. It's called a quick stick. I buy mine I have quite a few of them, actually. I started to organize my tools and, oops, sorry, started organizing my tools, and I found like 5 of these. So I'm like, got to use that more, and don't need to order it anymore. Okay, there is his mouth. You could also use tweezers or your fingers, which is what I mostly end up doing. Okay, and what else? We've got to do his ears and this little tuft. There we go. And I think I prefer these over box cards. I don't know, because they're cute, and box cards are a little harder to assemble. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some advanced box cards from SVG Cuts, and so oh, and I wanted to ask you all, I was thinking what Loretta said, you know, she probably, since Saturday and the weekend is where the holiday sort of begins, and I was making plans with Owen this morning about what we're doing, and because it's the weekend too, so we're gonna have dinner on Saturday night, sort of a pre-family dinner, and then on Sunday, which would be Christmas Eve day, we'll just kind of hang out and eat leftovers. That was, he brought that part up. So there you go. And so I'm thinking maybe what I will do is, if you don't mind, if next week after Christmas, I could show you the heirloom Christmas tree. And if you're interested in the church, so that way I wouldn't do it for the weekend. Oh, today's the solstice? I thought it was Friday. Oh, okay, so today is the shortest day of the year, just so that you know. The shortest day of the year. Happy winter solstice. A lot of people celebrate it as the Yule, which is kind of cool. Yule. So, yes. All right. So now let's work on our tree. It's really simple. It's all cut out for us, and there are a few little snowflakes that we want to adhere to the tree. But before I go ahead and do that tree, I want to make sure that I have it correctly on here, because remember, this is going to be on the back, so I need to envision it with this on the back. So when I put it together, I got to put it together with this being the front, and don't make the mistake like I did. And then we're going to just put some glue on here. Hey, you could color in all of these things if you wanted to make them like Christmas decorations, but I think the intention was that this was supposed to look like snow. That's what she says in her video. And you can watch her video as well if you get tripped up on how to put this together. She puts all three of them together, but they all go together the same way. And then we have 3 little snowflakes. And so we need to put a little bit of... We will be a family from Friday night through Monday, son to Leva. Yeah, so maybe we schedule it for some of the next week, because a lot of people have, I know not everyone, but a lot of people have next week off, and so I don't want to take away time from family, and I need to focus on my family too. So I think maybe we'll not do anything over the weekend. I mean, I'll be around, but no show for the weekend, so that we can go ahead and all celebrate with our families. Okay, so there are the 2 pieces. Now I'm not going to put this piece on yet, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to start to assemble the the slice card. So you'll find in the file 3 of, well, it might be 1, 2, 3, might be 6 of these here for each one. And you put it through 1 to 1. You're creating basically a waffle or a honeycomb. And then this one goes in the second one. And then this one here, which has the snowballs, goes in here, okay? And then you have to kind of carefully do this, but you can go ahead and do the same with the middle. So here's the middle piece, 1, 2, 3. It's a little hard to watch how I'm doing it. I'm going to show you once I get it in there, so you'll see. But this is what I mean about them falling apart, because they do indeed fall apart unless you do this next step. So let's just go ahead and I'll try to get that third piece in there without it falling apart. There. I suppose if you had the Lori Whitlock ones, you could do the same technique. But I like what Cindy G does, and she's from the My Scrap Chick, which is where we got the file. So just so you can see from the top and from the side, this is what it looks like from the bottom. You're creating like a little honeycomb type of thing, so that way it can fold like this or like this, and it can go in an envelope. However, once you open it up, these pieces could come loose. And so what she suggests, and I love this idea, is to lay it flat, and then these front pieces, you're going to fold them into, this one doesn't even need to be folded, but because it's going to get glued here. And then you're going to glue this part, and it will secure the entire card, which is great, because I did give some of these out for Valentine's, different design, and I was like, they're falling apart. So it's a little hard. Okay, so same thing on this side. Just want to move it over this way so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's the 3. So this I'm going to fold over and give it a really good crease, because that's going to help it to fold nicely. And go ahead and glue this. All right. Now, once that glue is set, or a little bit set anyway, you can now open your card and make sure you can fold it both ways, okay? But it sets those things in place, so now they can't really fall out. The middle piece could fall out, but if you were to pick it up like this or this, it won't fall out, or even in the envelope. So let's finish up. So we've got, for instance, let's do Andrew's. So here's Andrew's, and there's a, which is nice because it hides those front pieces. There's a little bit of snowball stuff, and what we also putting on the Merry Christmas on the back. So this, I think what I do is I'm going to put this on there, and then I'm going to pop dart the snow balls. Like he created a snowball for whatever, like a ammunition. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. So here you go. There's that covers that part of the card. And then I'm going to take my double-sided adhesive foam, and I'm going to put it on the back of this, which I've already inked. I got up really early this morning. Like, how did I do all this stuff ahead of time? I got up really early. Now tomorrow, I'm doing an experiment for tomorrow because I want to see if these specialized box cards that are from, can't really see the A in Andrew. Might have to lift that up a little. I want to see if they can cut on the Joy or the Joy Plus. So I'm going to actually be moving over to the other side of my desk, and we're going to try and see if we can cut these out on the Joy Plus or Joy Extra. So there's the front. Now let's do the back. So to cover up this and to put our little special message on there, we're just going to, oh, you know what? Did I put his ears on? Yeah, I did. I put his ears on. I put his ears on and his tufts. I think he's complete, and the front is complete. So let's go ahead and glue this part. And this, again, could be a card, or I'm using it for my table decorations so that when people sit down for dinner, and hopefully I'll be feeling okay. I have missed, my sister said, I'm a little leery about dinner. And I'm like, I don't blame you. Because Easter this year, I ended up in the hospital. And then Thanksgiving, I couldn't eat. I couldn't get out of bed. So I'm hoping that this Christmas, I can salvage the end of the year. And maybe even the New Year's. Not that I do anything on the New Year's. So there is our really adorable, really adorable card. And I'm just checking the comments. Hold on. I want to just make sure that anybody might have commented. Hi, Diana. Oh, something happened. Something happened. Maybe it's an ad. Oh. What am I doing? All right, hold on, you guys. Hang in there. Okay, here I am. Live reindeer slice card. Okay. I don't know if it's still going. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. Hi, Alidra. How are you? How are you? Nice to see you. There's Dawn Walsh. Gloria. Yeah, thank you. So really cute little card, and I find these are really easy to put together, which is why I'm going to put the names on these ones, as I mentioned. Now, for tomorrow, I'm seeing we're finishing up early, which is great. So for tomorrow, I want to just talk about, and I'm going to show you how to put together, I think it's 7 different box cards. But the reason why I did it is I wanted to show you, let's go back here and cancel this out. I no longer need this, so I'm going to just go my stuff. So a couple of box cards from SVG Cuts, I started noticing that the pieces were pretty small. So here's one example. Aside from the envelope, which I don't generally make envelopes, but I did for these. But aside from the envelope, I found out that a lot of the stuff that came in, when it came in, it is all grouped together when you do it. But if you ungroup it, there's no piece that is too big for the, or they shouldn't be anyway. They should be ungrouped. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to, oops, I duplicated that by accident. And this piece is attached. So if I want to detach it, I think that will create, detach. This will create an easy cut for the Cricut Joy Extra. I'm not sure that it would fit on the Joy itself unless you cut this up into separate pieces, which I can do. I can do that. It's grouped together. And here, all this piece is the part for the perforation. So anyway, that's what I was going to try to do, is see if these kinds of files that you get from SVG Cuts, which she had another free one on sale, or another free one that she was offering, and I want to support her because she's trying to get back to her business, but she had a baby a couple years ago, and so she's, I know the feeling. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. Like, it's hard to get back, so I'm trying to support her as best I can. So it's svgcuts.com, and there is this teacher's gift basket that's free, but you'll notice she has a lot of these box cards, and so I decided I was going to make all the box cards from a couple of them, and that is called Yuletide box cards from Yuletide. Is this it? This one here, Yuletide box cards. So there's 5 different ones here that I'll put together for you tomorrow. Now, you don't have to buy them, but you can get a feel for how they go together, and we can test them out on the Joy Extra. So there's that. I love this card. What's the name of the font that I used for the deer card? I think it was Alyssa. So let's go and see. I think it was Alyssa script. Yeah, Alyssa, ALYSSA stencil script. Okay, and that's the one that I used. And you would just need a pen to do the writing. I have the black pen, which is actually my favorite pen. It just always writes for me. It doesn't skip at all. So so that's going to be tomorrow. So I'll be in a different setting. And then I won't be on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, but we'll come back on Tuesday. And since people tend to have like some time off, then we're going to work on this Happy New Year oversized Happy New Year. I'm going to show you from Craft with Sarah, and it's free and it's brand new. Let's see if I can show it to you. Hold on. I know it was here because she just announced it. Here, there's actually 2 of them. We'll probably just do this one. It's a giant sign, Happy New Year. And remember, Craft with Sarah, it's free. And so she is in Design Space, but you can still go to her website, which is craftwithsarah.com, and pick this up just by signing up for her emails, which fine. I love to get her emails. So we'll probably do that. I need to see if there's a calendar this year, because last year there wasn't. So I'm going to go looking for a calendar, and then we'll do some other wintry things for the rest of the week, for the holiday week. Okay. And that is all I've got for today. There is a calendar. Yes. Yes. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And remember, that we'll be back tomorrow at 9:00. And if you miss something and you want to rewatch this, you can always rewatch it. It takes a little while for YouTube to convert it from a live to a regular video, but you can always watch it after the fact, and you can actually see the chat as long as if you're on, like, the chat shows up on small devices, but you might have to switch over, like swipe over to see the chat in case you don't know where it shows up. So, all right, everyone, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to spend the rest of the day putting together my reindeer slice cards for my dinner. So that'll be really cool. And getting ready for tomorrow when we work on the Cricut Joy, or the Joy Extra. That's it for me for today. Love you guys. Oh, you made a calendar? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. And thank you for promoting me, Loretta. 20. I'm going to check the calendar. What's ITV? Oh, you mean HTV. All right. Okay, well, we'll look and we'll work on that for next week, okay? All right, everyone. Love you so much, and I look forward to every day that I get to be with you. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you again real soon, tomorrow, 9 o'clock, for the next live. All right? Take care, everyone. Bye.